Because now everything I can't find.
Everything's sorted differently.
No, this is the worst thing ever. Oh
yeah.
my god. Oh, I can't. Why would they do this to me? Why would they do this to me?
Yeah.
So I had my recent, and I could see all my recent things, and now I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did play a game. It was a game that I had played, and it was about it was about an infection, and you're the doctor, and you go in, and you have to find a girl. Her twin had died, and she had escaped from the hospital, or one of her relatives had taken her out of the hospital, since she is the one that carries the immunity. So yeah, and it was it just seemed to carry on for a bit too long, and there was too much like backwards and forwards. There was no quick jump, like quick location mapping or anything like that. So yeah, it's just really annoying.
Oh yeah.
But glad I've got it done. That's another one in the completed list, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
What else did I play? Oh, I jumped into Divinity 2 with some friends. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a while to get fully into it, but because it's quite slow going, and I think we all do. We all have a tend to kind of like dig through like every single thing that you could possibly interact with to see if there's maybe some hidden treasures or interesting things to pick up. So yeah, it can get a bit sort of you're your own worst enemy in a sense,
yes, indeed.
But the combat's quite nice. It's really interesting when you're doing turn-based and you're trying to coordinate with other people in your team over Discord chats, voice chat. It's like, no. Well, maybe if you did this, well, oh, try that. Oh no, why did you drink that? What? It's yeah, it's great. It's great. We're having fun. We're gonna play a bit more next Saturday, and just see how we get on. And of course, we've been playing Final Fantasy 11, and I busted my arm again after being in a particularly difficult BCNM. So that's where you fight usually either a single enemy or a group of enemies, but it's not like a whole dungeon run. So but yeah, it was like quite intense, and yeah, I don't want to do that one again. But yeah, hopefully my friends have gotten, the friends who I play with, hopefully they've gotten the knack of it, so maybe when I can just come along and be quite take it easy. But we have to keep spamming that particular battle because it's the latest one that's been released, and it drops really, really nice defense and attack gear. So yeah, it's just it wasn't dropping anything for ages. We got like four drops all at once, like one after the other, and then nothing for about 40 runs. So it was like, wow, 40 runs, nothing.
Final Fantasy 11 is so brutal.
Yeah, so brutal. No, absolutely. But what about you? What have you been playing?
Me? Well, so I did actually jump in and I played the Crosscode. I went ahead and played the Crosscode demo, actually.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't play the full Crosscode game, but I did jump in and played the demo of it. And I have to say, the demo is very good. It's not particularly long. It took me about an hour and a half. But
that's pretty decent, though.
Yeah. It was a tutorial. It introduces you to all the combat mechanics. You get to fight a boss, and you get basically the start of the storyline.
Okay.
And it definitely made it so that... Because I've been going through my wish list, kind of cleaning out stuff. And this one, like, I was convinced, like, no, this is not going off my wish list. This is absolutely staying on my wish list because I need to play this game and figure out what happens. Because there's a lot of interesting things. I played it on controller. The controller... I'm not used to aiming with controller, using the joysticks. I'm just not used to that. But it does feel really good. Like, it has very ergonomic controls. I don't feel like I'm having to put my hand in any weird positions. It's great. So it's quite fun. I quite like it. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful pixel art world. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you got to try that out, because that was one of it's like one of the first ones we looked at, and in the earlier episodes, and it was like we were gushing over it, but you said, one day I will play this.
One day. I did finally play a demo, but yeah, I need to get the game eventually. But you know what? There's so many games to play.
Yeah.
so many games. But yeah, Crosscode, excellent title. I am thoroughly convinced that I need to buy this eventually. So
nice.
Yeah, Crosscode. And let me see. Besides that, just some Torchlight 2 and some Hammer Watch, but that's kind of just par for the course lately.
Did you get to play some Final Fantasy 14? Have you progressed more in the story?
Oh yeah. So in Final Fantasy 14, I am up to the Azim step. I just made it to the point where I have to do the Nadam. So
nice.
Yeah, so I'm up to that point in the story. I'm just about to enter the player instance for the Nadam, but I just haven't gotten back into Final Fantasy 14 lately.
But no, that's good. That's good. It's like, small steps, and you're getting there.
And Guild Wars 2 had its new patch, so I also played that. Guild Wars 2's new patch has to do with the Icebrood saga, so they're not doing another expansion. But I have to say, so they're doing these smaller updates, like, Final Fantasy 14's 0.1, 2, 3, those kind of updates.
Yeah.
I have to say, even though it's not another expansion, and I know a lot of people were disappointed about that, if it keeps at the caliber that it is right now, I was thoroughly impressed. The writing, the character-driven storyline, the plot points that are now starting to be addressed from way back when. I'm so happy. There's storylines that are a decade old that are getting moved forward now.
Wow.
And I'm so happy.
That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
But that's good. As long as games, or MMOs get updated, and you have like a really good team of writers to really focus on it, then, makes massive difference.
Yeah, if we keep getting updates like this, I'll definitely be playing. That'll be part of a game in my regular rotation again, because it also they added a zone with so many different achievements that I'm actually want to do, because like the zone, a lot of the previous stuff they've done has just kind of been annoying and tedious, but this one's like, it's just the right balance of like the feeling that you're actually moving forward and progressing. So they've hit a balance. And I'm like, oh, please keep doing this. Please keep doing this. This is so good. So anyhow, yeah, that's my MMO adventures.
Yes.
Little note for the show. As of a couple days ago, this show is 1 year old.
Yay!
And of course, Rody had to remind me that it was actually a year old, because it didn't feel like it. But it has been a full year. Of course, we've had breaks. Yeah. Okay. We've had breaks and we've had gaps into the show, so it's not quite up to that 52 episode mark. But yeah.
No, it's cool. I only realised it because we've set up a curation page on Steam. And I was going through the very first episode, and it's like, oh, these dates. Oh, it's like, oh, the 20th of September. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's the ones we were looking at, and now it's around that same time. So yeah, it must be a year.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
My word, there's been a lot of adventures over this, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes from here, because we've had so many cool games to talk about over this time. So
yeah,
man,
and every week more fantastic games, and hopefully some gems that you guys not have realized that have come out. So we're glad to share those with you.
Yep. Let me see. So, as far as Steam news, there's been a little bit of Steam changes, as we were talking about. The new library beta went out, and I think there's a bug where it takes your old categories, because I have categories that I'm not using anymore, that I deleted, that are now back. And so all of my stuff is like weird categories. I'm like, okay. So it's messed up. Now, granted, I think both of us signed up for the beta to be on the beta.
I didn't though.
Oh,
that's
you
the thing.
didn't?
No. It's just made it. I don't know. No, no.
I guess they're like, oh, here's it in beta for a couple days. Oh, okay, that's fine. Everyone gets it. Hopefully, there's a way in the settings to go back to the classic view for those who want it, but I don't. Yeah, know. I haven't tried. Roadie is unhappy.
I'm very unhappy.
I am quite cross.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, now I see where the recent games are. So yes, it was Infected, the twin vaccine. So yes, that was what I was. Yes. But it's not it was on Steam.
Oh yeah.
But it got taken down, so I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
That's too bad.
Oh.
In more news, Larian Studios did a sweet little video, which they didn't host on Steam, and I don't want to set up YouTube to show, but if you go to the Larian Studios YouTube channel, they've got this funny little video about them going on a heist at Valve, and they had a cool announcement for Divinity Original Sin, which I will bring that page back up. Divinity Original Sin. So they did bring up Divinity Original Sin, and it is going to be releasing on Switch. But the big deal, the reason they're going on the heist to Valve, is to get people's save files. So Valve is going to be working with Larian and Switch to allow you to port save files between Steam and Switch and back and forth. So you can take Switch saves back to Steam, Steam saves to Switch. And so you can play on both platforms. Now, there isn't an immediate smooth necessary transition because you are moving from one platform to another. But I guess you can just move the files from one platform to another. So
that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe there'd be a cloud save now. Maybe some.
Yeah, they might be setting up a cloud save, but it was just kind of an announcement that yes, this will be possible. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
Also, Baldur's Gate, which is a game that they have teased that Larian Studios is bringing back. Baldur's Gate is a really classic old game world in the D&D universe, I believe. But yeah, they said that we don't have anything to announce yet, but just that we will be making announcements soon. So more stuff on Baldur's Gate soon. And we got a dev reply from Josh Sullivan, who created Garupia. There we go. If it'll go there. Oh, Steam, why are you so slow? But yeah, so Garupia, he said he actually just shouted us out, because normally I send out tweets, but I guess he found the episode and oh, cool. So he shouted us out and said, my new game Garupia is featured on the Steam Release podcast. Check it out. So thank you very much.
And I don't think I was particularly kind, so thank you for still shouting us out.
Yeah, there were definitely some the aesthetics of the game were a wee bit controversial with our panel, but you know what, I really like it, so I'm glad that he reached out to us. So Also, Sadi, the developer for Stamp Boy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing Sadi's name correctly, so I'm sorry, sir. But yeah, so Sadi is from China. Yes, from China, and he went ahead and shouted us out and thanked us for featuring his game. So that was nice of him.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yep. So, and this is such a cute platformer. My word.
Yeah, that is such a cute game.
And with that, if we've got no other things of note, I do believe we just have some honorable mentions to start off the show.
Well, you let people know to like sign up on the curation page.
Yes.
And it's SRP Podcast or SR Podcast, and you can sign up and sign up to the creator, and you should be able to see all. We're going through all the games that we've ever spoken about and linking them, time-stamping them as well for the YouTube. So if you want to have a good look to see what we've either recommended or just given information about, you can pop on over and have a look.
Yeah. And we do every week, I would say we do feature the majority of at least the non-AAA releases that are of interest to the majority of people, I'd say. And so it's a cool way to have this archive, because when you add us as a curator on Steam, we'll show up on our curations will show up on the front page of your Steam and kind of help you find some of those indie games that you may not have being featured on the front page. So it's a cool thing to have. But yeah, our honorable mentions is going to start with Elo Hell. And Elo Hell, I believe the news is that they have episodes 1 through 5 now available.
Yes, and there's still 5 more to go. So this is one that we spoke about because we felt we didn't know how it was going to be, because it seemed like it's a visual novel, maybe a dating sim sort of story, but it's got but it's about esports. So, and there is also, you can play the esports as well. So we didn't know how great it was going to be. And also it seemed like such a big scope of a game that we didn't know if they were going to release all of the episodes. So the fact that they've gotten to episode 5 now, in such a short time as well, it's been quite a short time. So there is a free demo. It is episode 0, 0, and 1. So you can play those for free. And then, of course, it's, I think for episodes 1 to 5, it's £11.99, something like that.
Yep, $14.99 US. But yeah, this is definitely one where we're maybe don't buy it yet until we know that they're actually going to release future episodes. And, they have. So
yeah.
Hopefully this also means that 6 and 10 are going to come out smoothly as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yep. Our next honorable mention is Affinity. Let me see. What is this? So this is just a short, relaxing, minimalist puzzle game.
Yeah, I thought that I would just feed let you guys know about this. If you could, like me, you like puzzle games, but I'd like the fact you've got these nice shapes coming together to make these sort of pleasing objects. I think it's this was probably like a mobile game or something first, because it seems like you would get a shape and you'd move it on a tablet or a mobile. But yeah, it just looks very nice, looks very sleek, and of course I really do like puzzle games. Okay.
Yeah, this does seem like it would probably be a Zen experience, is how I would describe it.
Yeah, very, very relaxing, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what this picture is of.
Yeah, I was like, what is it?
But yeah, that is quite striking and sort of a minimalist way to make a viable product. So that's really cool.
Yeah, so there's 25 handmade levels, and it's only £2.89.
A super quick mention, since it's not a new game, I'm probably not even going to bring like up the page, but Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch is on Steam now. As you may know, Ni no Kuni 2 launched on Steam, pretty close to its original launch. I think it launched at the same time on Steam and console, but Ni no Kuni, the original game, the first game, is out as well, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one I was hoping they would release, because I didn't have a PlayStation 3 because that was just so expensive, and yeah, the games are just like, there's no way I was going to buy it. So I was hoping that this would eventually be released on Steam, and now it is. So I'll probably get it when it comes down in price.
Yeah, it's like full retail, but yeah, it's cool that Ni no Kuni is a lot of like old sort of console games are getting, like, from previous generations, are getting ported. That's awesome. Always awesome.
It's kind of annoying though that it is at full retail price considering how old it is now. I think that's a bit cheeky.
Yeah, it's really cheeky. They know some people will pay it. that's their game. All right, so our next title, just a quick honorable mention, is Trailmakers. Do you guys like Legos?
I mean, I'm partial to some Legos. Yeah. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So this is not technically Legos. Of course, there's a lot of little type of brick toys, and I'm not entirely sure what these brick toys are directly based on. But yeah, it's sort of in that Lego-esque sort of category. But yeah, it's really cool that this game, it's done very successful in pre-release with over 1,000 reviews. And now it's got mixed reviews with a full launch. But again, I tend to caution with, because sometimes it's always weird. It's always difficult to judge a game when it's been in early access, had good reviews, and then comes out and it doesn't have good reviews. And it's like, I don't know, because a lot of people judge it based on like what they think it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because when people review early access, sometimes they're like weirdly overly optimistic with it. So I'm just it's difficult for me to judge whether a game's good or not when it's been in early access like this.
Yeah, you can build sports cars, jet planes, helicopters, or walking robots and take them on missions of exploration or breakneck rally races. So this is something nice for, I think, anyone. A lot of people could get into, because if you're not into the racing aspect, you might be into the exploration aspect of it. Yeah,
it looks really fun. So I don't know if I'd put it on my wish list because I think I'm past the Lego phase of my life, but it does seem pretty cool.
Yeah, this is 33% off, and it's £13 and 5p.
Yep, $16.74. Our next honorable mention is a little one called Overland. Yeah, and this is a turn-based RPG created by the devs we sort of know, Finji. They've made some other games in the past that we've talked about.
Yeah, I brought this one up because, you know, it unfortunately it has got mixed reviews right now. But it's one that's been on a lot of like indie pundits' radar. And it does look so nice. I just think that people were expecting it not to be so brutally difficult. So yeah, I think and I think a lot of people are complaining about the controls as well. But yeah, I think it's worth a mention that, you know, if it was one that you know, had your eye on, or you like games from this developer, this is one of the Night in the Woods developer. This might be interesting to you.
Yep. It's got a sort of neat post-apocalyptic aesthetic, and the cool little little like you're like in that little scene of a play sort of thing, where you're just playing on this little block of land. That's kind of cool thing, the set piece.
You can have a doggy as well. Doggy be part of your team. So
and apparently the dog can open the door all by itself, open and close the door all by itself. So it's a smart dog.
It's £19.49.
$149. Yep, $24.99. So it's like full price. The issues they're probably having with difficulty is just that it did not get enough playtesting. They probably just need a good panel of playtesters, and yeah. And maybe a strategy guide or some sort of tutorial might help. Yeah,
I think because you know, if it's from Night in the Woods guys, they did more sort of story type games. So yeah, this is
All right, the next title is Rebel Cops. The next honorable mention, or last honorable mention, I should say, is Rebel Cops. This is published by THQ Nordic, so not really an indie game, but the Weappy studios from Minsk at Belarus have done some pretty good games in the past, so we just want to shout them out. Yep. Let me see. Oh yeah, they did This Is the Police and This Is the Police too. So they like their cop games.
Yeah. Because I thought like the artwork was like very familiar. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah. If you like This Is the Police, this will be for you. So lead a ragtag squad of cops in rebellion against their town's new criminal power and see how long you can hold out in this unforgiving turn-based spin-off game from This Is the Police. You'll be desperately short on supplies, and a single shot can cost a cop their life.
Yeah. So yeah, it's turn-based, but yeah, it's like, one shot can be one kill in this game. So you got to be very careful with your strategy. And yeah, apparently like the gang boss got elected as mayor. And so, so now there's suddenly all these cops, it's like, oh crap, our boss is the guy we've been trying to get arrested. But the civilian population doesn't know that. So yep. So yeah.
That's 10% off right now, and it's £7.19.
Yep, it is $8.99 US. And with that, we can get started on the list. We have some really great games.
This is quite a list this week. This is, we were struggling to kind of cut ones down, and so it was. We didn't restrict ourselves to just over 10 this week because it's such a great week this week.
Oh yeah, it's an excellent week. Oh, and Ravenquick, thank you very much for the host, by the way. So welcome everyone from Ravenquick's stream. But yeah, so next we have so our first game is from Sunday, September 15th, and it is Orpheus's Dream. But yeah, Orpheus's Dream is a 3D isometric-inspired puzzle game with storytelling elements. Explore an amnesiac's family house and recover lost memories of him and his cat.
Oh, I just found the cat in the box. That's so cute.
Oh. So yeah, this game is actually free. So if you just want to play it, it is free, but you can buy the original soundtrack if you want to support the dev. So...
I just really, really like the art style. And I don't know, this is something another list that we could do, like good free games as well.
Yeah, free game list.
It's interesting, like the things you seem to have to do in it, like showing here, it's sort of like a puzzle that you have to do with music.
Yeah, you travel to different rooms and learn different sort of musical notes as you go. And it's a neat theme. This is by a little Taiwanese team, and I believe this is their first game. So it's got that very beautiful sort of look like sort of a very solid sort of texture look, but it's very clean looking. It's a very deliberate aesthetic choice, and I like that. So, man.
And the cat's adorable.
House. Yes.
Just sits there. Oh, and it's got his little house with a little mousey in it.
It is cute. It is cute. Let me see. It's mostly positive reviews, 86% positive. So that is really nice.
And 30 reviews so far. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes, when I saw the Amnesiac character, it's like, well, it's not an RPG, so...
Yeah.
It's a narrative game, so maybe... But yeah, Amnesiac is somewhat typical.
It's a trope, really, isn't it?
It's a typical trope. But it is very whimsical, that is for sure.
I think I'll put this on my list. I think I'm not sure how long it is, but it's free, so it doesn't matter if it's a free experience.
I think you can probably get it done in one sitting, though. Looking at the times people have, none of it's really above 2 hours. So yeah, it's probably just a kind of a one sit down experience. So that is really cool. With that, that's Monday. Our next title is on Monday, September 16th, and it is Don't Give Up, A Cynical Tale. There we go. So this dev is actually I was looking for his Twitter handle, but he doesn't really talk about his development. He seems to be more active on Twitch as a Twitch streamer, actually. So he's a Twitch streamer from Portland, Oregon, who is also developing his own game. Which, a comedic RPG about the cynical and hilarious realities of social interaction, personal growth, and confronting your inner demons. So, yeah. It's actually, the pixel art is very retro. I'm not like... it's not a super unique style, I would say, but I do like how they also have the hand-drawn portraits, and they don't seem too out of place. So, good job.
I do like the pixel art. I think it's cool. I'm not sure. Sorry, so you have to sort of fight people in social situations, or what?
I'm still trying to figure that out. There's a lot of narrative about this person's like struggle on the inside, and there are all these like weird characters that show up. So it's kind of this like very bizarre world, and then it also deals with some really dark personal issues that seem to be going on. So I'm almost like, this really seems like it's the author's sort of like insides that they're writing about. So because in particular, the guy who was developing it, he's got kind of like the gray hair like thing where the main character has.
Oh,
and it's like,
yeah.
This is like him. So yeah.
Was it interesting? And it's 10% off, and it's £6.47.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of these games that I would like to watch someone play, to get an idea of what it's about. There's only 4 reviews right now. I thought I had seen this before, and it was on. This is a Kickstarter game.
Yeah. Akio mentioned, as someone who had a 40-year-old man shout at me for 3 pence at work today, also like interactions on battle. But yeah. And actually I think my suspicion is being confirmed by some of the reviews. The right way to do a self-insert. So apparently the character is extremely personal to the dev. But yeah, and there's Kickstarter backers. But yeah, it looks really cool. And it looks like it's about 6 or 7 hours. So
that's not too bad. Not too bad. If it's like only like 6 or 7 hours, I think maybe just lower the price, just only slightly. I think. No, I don't know.
All right. So our next title. Oh, and there's QuickTime events. Wonderful. Our next title is Nauticrawl, which you brought this one up to me because I did not notice it.
Yeah. So when I looked at this game, I at first I didn't know what it was about, and as I was reading about, I was reading a little bit about it. So you're trying to escape from a hostile planet, and the only way to escape is through this. I think it's a spacecraft or a transport vehicle. However, like how I think most Star Trek episodes should be done when they come across a new alien technology, instead of just jumping on and saying, "Oh yes, it's like you're pressing buttons and you don't know what the buttons do. So you have to work. So that's it. All you have to do is get this started, get this piece of equipment started so you can get out of here, but you just don't know how. So that is the premise.
Oh, so it's almost like an escape room type game.
Yeah.
Oh. It's got very positive reviews. A stolen enigmatic machine is your only way out. It's likely to kill you, but so will the hostile planet you're escaping. Pull levers, hack devices, and puzzle out how to pilot the Nauticrawl to freedom in this unusual atmospheric adventure. Or die trying. There's always that as an option. Let me see. This is probably like how fast you figure it out, because I see some people with 2 hours on the record and others with almost 8 hours. So that maybe...
I like that. I like that some people, it didn't take them that long at all, and then some people are, are taking their time with it and, really trying to get to grips with it and trying different things, trying more things. So I like that. I do like that.
It is really interesting to me when someone can make a game out of a kind of a single viewpoint that you have. That's always really neat. There's no like scene change. You're just in this thing and figuring stuff out. That is a pretty neat sort of when you kind of have to limit yourself. It can make you be really creative. That is cool.
It's 10% off right now, so it's £10.25.
And $13.49 US. All right, our next game is from Tuesday, September 17th, and it is Devil's Hunt. There we go. The war between demons and angels takes you to hell and back in Devil's Hunt. Play as Desmond in this third-person action adventure as he discovers his demonic powers, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance of the greatest conflict known to mankind. Can you say Devil May Cry? Which I think is very much what they're trying to go for. Yeah. But yeah, so this is sort of a Devil May Cry type game. It does have pretty mixed reviews. And I'm not entirely... So some of the reviews are like, this isn't Devil May Cry. And it's like, no, it's not. So there's been some unhelpful reviews, but there are some that it's like, yeah, it's a little clunky. It's a bit of a jank game. So I can understand those negative reviews. But also the aesthetic is like... every what's that engine? It's not Unreal, it's the other one, the other development engine. It's gonna come to me all of a sudden. But yeah, it has a very development engine look. It doesn't have a very unique aesthetic, I would say. I feel like Unity, yes, I think it has like sort of that Unity. The characters have that sort of Unity look, which I'm if realistic is fine, but oftentimes like there is a stylized realism that is just really popular now, and this kind of fits in that category.
Yeah, this isn't really my sort of game at all. I'm not sure if it's something that we can recommend to people unless, there are certain things that, get fixed I don't know if this was in early access, because if it wasn't, it should have been, really, because you're looking at, when we say it's mixed reviews, it's at 47%.
Ooh.
Which is, yeah, that's quite bad. You know, the mixed category can like go from, was it 65%?
It's 69. So it starts at 69, and then I think it goes all the way down to like 39 before it answers mostly negative.
But yeah, this is pretty low. So yeah, I think it needs to iron out a few things, and I hope that they continue to work on it. And, you know, improve a few things.
Because yeah, if they do improve a few things, I as someone who likes Devil May Cry, although apparently I'm one of those scrubs that likes DMC the most. I'm sorry. There's a lot of folks that like do not like DMC. I quite like it, but I know there's like people are like, yeah, you're missing out on the glories of the proper Devil May Cry. It's like, but DMC is good. I really like it. But yes, but yeah, and the thing is, this doesn't seem to be a very long game. It's like 5 hours, I think.
Ooh.
Maybe less. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be a very long title, like judging by how long the reviews are, and I mean for the positive reviews. So, I'm not sure. So yeah, and it's $31.49 US.
God, yeah, how much do we say? Yeah, oh yeah, 10% off right now. It's £25.19, but full price it's $27.99. Like, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. It's by the Roadypie game studio from Warsaw, Poland, and this is their first game on Steam, which it's a bummer because I can clearly tell a lot of money went into this. I can really tell a lot of money went into this. Now, of course, they're published by 1C Company, which is fairly well known. Not huge publisher, but a moderately sized publisher, a modest publisher, I'd say. But and the thing is, with 1C, we have everything from like Fell Seal, which is amazing. And Eternity Last Unicorn, which is another very Eurojank game, which you might like, or you may very much not, and it's hard to recommend to people. I feel like this falls in the same category as Eternity, where it's got aspects that are like, oh, that's really cool, and then a lot of jank. So, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
What you got for us next?
Our next title is Hardland. Weird title. For an aesthetic that doesn't seem to match. Like, it's very like, this is very chibi and like cute looking, and yet it's called Hardland.
Yeah.
Anyhow, in the year 1018, an adventurer from Samarkand drifts to Hardland to solve a mystery by delving into different sides of the fantasy world. Hardland is a bustling kingdom filled with secrets, a kingdom that wants you to listen.
See, I think, you know, the look's quite good and the character models are really great and everything. It seems to be like quite a rich world. But obviously, but it doesn't show much gameplay.
Yeah, it's showing the set pieces, and I'm not sure how this gameplay is much. Let me see. Does the other? Oh, you get UI in this other page. Let me see. I'm seeing a lot of running around and talking. More talking. Some inventory management.
So yeah. So I see a lot of running around and talking.
Which, I mean, it might be a sort of, there was sort of a sneaking mechanic back there. And writing them out. But I don't know, like, maybe it is more about talking to characters, which you can have an interesting puzzle RPG going like, hey, hi, and figuring out what to do for different people. But yeah, it seems to be that sort of thing.
See, playing the game, talk to people, build trust and relationships, wear disguises, and see things from a new perspective. pick locks to enter houses, and jump off cliffs with just a measly bird to help you fly, trade with merchants for golden items, or sneak up behind them to steal something for free. Take a shovel to dig for treasure, and wield a sword to carve out goblin hearts. Adventure waits around the corner in Hardland. See, that's quite interesting to me, because something that you don't necessarily have to use any sort of game violence or anything. That's, it seems very interesting.
Yeah, so it seems to be more of that sort of narrative, like you're talking to all these different people, and it's all this sort of social interaction between the different NPCs. That's that's actually quite intriguing. It does have mixed reviews right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. Short version. Unplayable with keyboard until F5, F9 will be fixed. Gameplay part is forgotten to pack in somewhere. Ooh. 6 years in development hell. So, and they say it's a pretty picture, but it's maybe not great gameplay. Story is absent. And that was posted the 19th of September, because this was in early access. And a lot of people saying that that there's, was very little communication between the developers and the people playing it, which is the reason why you put it in early access, so people can give you feedback, and then you can let people know what you're doing with the game.
Yeah, I'm not even reading through the positive reviews. I'm not hearing much about the narrative as a positive. Like, maybe the storyline is more about delivering puzzles that you have to figure out. But yeah, so the developer Mountain Sheep is from Finland, and they also made a Death Rally. Oh, which is like a sort of car rally game. Interesting. That is mostly positive. So they have like a history on Steam of releasing games, but yeah, I don't know. This one, it's intriguing though. Hardland.
Yeah, it's it looks interesting. I think if they are patching it further, although this was in early access, so I don't know if they're going to make any more adjustments. Although they have put upcoming feature, and that's achievements. So that's
achievements. Oh, yeah. It doesn't say anything else, just achievements. All right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's if you're curious about this game, it is $19.99.
Yes, and it's $24.99 US. So, all right. Our next title is Daymare, 1988, which does have a free demo, by the way. So Daymare, 1988, is a third-person survival horror game that recreates the mood of iconic titles from the 90s with a fresh storyline, an incident that turns a small town into a deadly zone, 3 characters to play with and little time to find the truth before its mutated citizens abruptly end your mission. Okay, then. I have to say the environment art is really nice, but the character art is a little...
suffers from that super shiny kind of character.
Yeah, they look like plastic dolls. That's the issue. They look like Ken dolls. Like it's the Night of the Living Ken dolls, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. But that said, I did actually catch some people playing this game and doing some let's plays on YouTube. It is a really dark storyline, which, I mean, understandable. This is very much a horror, but there's sort of things where you're like because no one's supposed to know, one of your characters like this very secret operative. No one's supposed to know. You end up like just killing people that you probably could have let live, but the protocol is like no one should know that you're here. It's just like
wow.
Ooh. And he's kind of, and of course, to be fair, like the person he's working with is like, wow, you're an asshole, kind of thing. So it's like, oh my gosh. But it's a very dark game. It is a very dark game, and it's got some decent scares. The zombies are very slow moving, most of them, until, of course, some of them aren't slow moving, and then you're very scared. So, yeah. So not bad. It definitely I definitely gave me some jump scares, and I wasn't even playing it.
I mean, it looks like the environment, like you said, the environments are good, and I suppose if you can get past the sort of like the sheen on the character models, then it's. I think this will be a very enjoyable experience for those who like those survival horror games. And as you said, there's a demo, and right now it's 10% off, and it's £22.49.
Yeah. With it, I think this is almost like a maybe not a double A, maybe a single A release. So I'm not too. And with the free demo, it definitely makes me a little less.
How much is it
averse
in
the
US?
price. It is $26.99 US. Okay. So it's a pretty penny, but it depends on how much their if their demo is pretty substantial. Maybe it's not. It can let people know if they're gonna have a good time or not.
Yeah. There are 196 reviews right now, and it's 78% positive.
Yeah. So I see multiple reviews with over 15 hours. So
wow.
Maybe it also has a pretty decent length. Well, you're playing 3 different characters' perspectives too. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, that's Daymare, 1998. Our next title is Aeon's End. Yes. So deck building with a twist. Lead a team of mages against the Nameless in this magic building card battle game, and save the city of Gravehold. Never name your city Gravehold. It's not a good omen.
No.
It has taken our mages and Aeon to hone their craft.
It's card games aren't really in my sort of. But I've seen like some of my friends who are into those kind of games are interested in this. So this is probably like has some very interesting gameplay mechanics.
Well, at the very least, the board layout is different, so I appreciate that. They did something different with UI. They went with more square cards, so I can appreciate that. But yeah. Oh, and they have it devoured instead of like a defeated pile. They have it devoured, so it's like the cards have 2 bites out of them. That's cute. I like that. But yeah, I can jump in a card game. It all depends on the balance, but so far this does have 91% positive reviews. So
yeah, and 23 people have reviewed it. And it's £13.99. I don't know what the time is on.
Well, it is a card game, but it's a card game campaign type game, though. So,
and this was in early access, so so it's only just come out of early access.
There's 8 different mages you can play, and then 4 main enemies. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much time you get out of this, but depending on how interested you are in like crafting the perfect team type of thing, you could get some time out of it. But yeah, it is $17.99 US, and Handelabra Games has done a lot of games.
Yeah. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, some of them quite positively. Well, all the ones that actually have ratings are quite positive. I think the rest are DLC, which people often don't review DLC. So, but yeah, so they do have a fairly decent history on Steam. So it's probably going to be a pretty decent card game. Our next title is Showdown Bandit. Episode 1. Oh, it's an episodic game. Something unnatural is stirring on the abandoned steps of the once popular kids' puppet show, Showdown Bandit. Play as the awakened bandit in this stealth action horror where your only hope of survival is entangled with the 3 rules of the show. Play your part, guard your strings, and don't... Then it stops there.
Oh dear. I mean, it's like they're using the description of the game, you know, about this game, and they've just like copied and pasted it in the blurb. It's like, no, do separate things. Do separate things. Have a blurb so you can condense it down to what it actually is.
Yeah.
And then if people need it expanding a bit more, then put that in about this game. Yeah, don't be afraid to sorry. Don't be afraid to explore the creepiest, darkest corners, as even the smallest clues could help you answer the biggest question of all: who is really pulling the strings? So yeah, but puppets creep you out, do they?
They do. Especially these puppets. They look really creepy. Whenever I don't know. I never liked dolls. My sister liked dolls, and I don't know. They always weirded me out because I always felt like the eyes were following me. I'm just like, I don't like it. Just like dead open eyes. Just like, just upset me. And the dolls where like they close their eyes when you lie them down. Those are even worse.
Oh yeah.
I hate dolls. That was it. It was creeped me out. Like,
I think, you know, it's an interesting concept. We're gonna, I mean, for this episode of the podcast, we are going to see a lot of horror games since, you know, we're creeping towards Halloween. Yep. So
just keep getting closer and closer to that Halloween joy that we do. Kindly Beast. So I think this is Kindly Beast's first game on Steam.
I have to wonder, as it's episodic, I wonder how much story is in it. You know what I mean? For a game like this, it's like a horror stealth game, but how story rich is it?
Did you say that I have a free expansion coming for Showdown Bandit, but no dates have been set?
Oh, okay.
So, not sure. Not sure at all. So that is interesting. So episode 1, looking at the reviews again, it seems to be kind of like a. I'm seeing a lot of 2 to 3 hours, but also several like that are more in the 5, 7, 8 hour range. So
yeah. So it's either 2 to 3 hours or 5 to 7 hours. So, yeah, interesting.
I'm seeing a lot of people review things just like a few hours, and it's like, there we go, there's a review. It's like, did you finish?
And that's the thing. If you like a game, try as play as much into it as you can, and give your review, but say you're not quite finished the game yet, because that's really helpful to people like us. Well, just anyone, like seeing whether they're interested in the game or not. But yeah, because that's the thing. Like with the game Franbo, a lot of people like reviewed it, but they played like the first maybe 2 hours of it, and that those were the best bits of the game, and then it went downhill from there.
Speaking of Franbo,
but this is $7.99 by the way.
Oh, this is $7.99. It's also $79 in the US, $7.99 US. So
okay,
they did not adjust for currency. But speaking of Franbo, we do have another title from the developer of Franbo has been released. It is Little Misfortune, if it'll load. And I think this even has a demo, right? Yes, it does.
Yes, yeah. That came out in April.
So this does have mostly positive reviews with 78%, but doesn't Franbo also have mostly positive reviews?
Yes, it does.
It does?
Yes, it does. That's why. So I think So any point and click game, you do need to. Oh, there's still. Aki is asking, but where's Frambo 2? They are still working on it. But any point and click game, you do need to play it from start to finish to give like a proper review. Unless of course, you know, you're getting to like a certain point and you're just finding it too frustrating, and then you could, fair enough, then, you know, write a negative review. But yeah, I'm curious to see like how far people have played and whether they've enjoyed the full experience, or if like Frambo, it just went downhill after a couple of hours. But it seems like an interesting story. It's like led by her new friend, Mr. Voice. Misfortune ventures into the woods where mysteries are unraveled and a little bad luck unfolds. So it seems like the narrator hear the narrator, and the narrator is saying, you know, this is my game. If you get to the end of the game, you can get the eternal happiness for yourself or for someone. So yeah.
It's got this really cute art style, to say. I'm much more appealing to this than Frambo. I never really liked the look of Frambo that much. It was just a little too... I don't know. Like, it was just like big bug eyes, and this one has the sort of... does have some of that element. Like, I can tell it's the same, like, developer, but it's softer. It's a bit softer looking. So
yeah, I remember when I saw like this first come out and I announced, and it's like, yeah, this is the same sort of art. It's got that very cute sort of gentle look to the characters, and then it's got this absolutely frightening like sorts of things that are going on in the background. And yeah, Akio says what Rody and I found with a lot of point and click
even the good indie point and click?
Of even the good indie point and click adventure games, they are 70% good, then rushed and fillered. That's a good point you brought up, fillered, because Frambo was full of these like mini games that just felt like they were just shoved in and didn't need to be there. At least for me, they just made like no sense. There was like a sliding puzzle game, and there was like one of those runners where you keep running, you have to jump things, and then there was a few others like that. Oh, and a tic-tac-toe game as well, which you had to do 3 times, you know. And it was just like, and there was no like clever puzzle on any of these things. It was just, no, this is the mini game that you have to go through, and it was just like, why did you put that in there? Oh, there was a Frogger game as well. So yeah, it's just so many elements, so many mini games that just were just awkwardly put in there.
Yeah, it's entirely different than the core gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, I played like other point and click games where they have had mini games and they've like really suited it. They've done like really good mini games, and they've suited the theme, suited the sort of, complemented the play style and complemented the story. But it just didn't at all. So I'm worried that the developer has done that for this game as well. I'm curious to see if like other people have noticed it.
I've seen some reviews about this game only being about 5 hours long. But again, that can vary in point and click. But yeah, it may not be a very long game. Probably 1 or 2 sittings. So yeah, Little Misfortune. It costs $19.99 US.
It's 10% off right now, so it's £13.94. And yeah, somebody that's even got in 8 hours. The game was fun and charming, however, it is very short price. But 8 hours I wouldn't have thought was was very short.
Oh, yeah, 8 hours sounds more reasonable. There was a negative review about it only being 4 hours, but 4 or 5 hours, but yeah. Okay.
Maybe they played through it again, but yeah, it's but yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people like just under 4 hours or just over 4 hours.
Yeah, I do like the features. Commit petty crimes, fall in love. But yeah, Little Misfortune. So by Kill Monday Games. So for those who did really like Fran Bow, you got your next title. So got your next game to check out. Our next game is Exorcise the Demons. As you can see, there is a theme to this week. Wow, how did that copy and paste that way? Okay, copy, paste. There we go. Exorcise the Demons. So this is one of those cool, like, 2-player games where you're playing 2 entirely different games, because this is the explanation. Play as an exorcist in the grip of mysterious demons. Your goal is simple: to defeat them. You'll need your friend to guide you through the book of rituals. Together, it's up to you to communicate and cooperate to exorcise them.
I read a very, very insightful review. It says, me playing the game with a friend. Friend takes his turn as book reader, describing to me the ritual. Friend explains to me in the worst possible way the rituals I'm looking at, starting to question his intellectual capacity. Taking my turn as the book reader, describing to my friend the rituals, explaining to my friend in the worst possible way the ritual he's looking at, starting to question my own intellectual capacity.
That sounds like a fun time, actually.
Yes, yeah.
It really does. So, because it's like the keep talking and nobody explodes type thing. It's yeah.
But with demons.
Yeah, just it's like you're trying to exorcise demons, and it's like summon Baphomet. Oops. So, I kind of like that. I definitely like the theme of it. It's just a sort of a cool, more of these like in the spirit of Halloween titles coming out, and yeah.
A fascinating story mode divided into 25 missions, and there are 7 different rituals generated randomly. Ooh, hey, Radio Tom.
Something to is bad ones. No, don't do it, Radio Tom. Stop. But yeah, unleashing dark forces onto the world. Yeah, it looks like it looks like it could be really fun. I don't know how much replay value this is, because if you figure out once a couple of people figure this out, then like the next time they play it, they have to like get some friends over and then they watch them play it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where the value in this game is, because after a certain number of playthroughs, I feel like you'd figure out how best to communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And actually not have your friend if you figured out a way to communicate with a second person, but I think your friends then shouldn't watch you. I think you should like bring in your friends and start like from fresh to see how they handle it. But yeah, that's definitely the interesting part. It is local co-op and co-op, so you can I hope that means online co-op. So
yeah, I believe you have 2 different clients open when you're playing. So multiplayer, local multiplayer, co-op, local co-op. I feel like that normally means online.
I hope so. Yeah.
They don't specifically say you have to be in the same room. And when they showed the video, they're on 2 different devices. So I think this you can play over the internet, probably. This seems like a good couples counseling thing.
Oh dear.
You'll either grow closer or you'll hate each other. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It's 10% off right now. It's $17.99.
$17.99. It is also $17.99 US. So the Brits are getting screwed.
I know.
On the price. Anyhow. So our next title is Later Alligator, and it is so cute. Yes. So Pat the alligator, a mostly harmless and probably innocent reptile, is at the center of a conspiracy that could bring down the biggest, scariest family in the alligator New York City. His own. Explore the city, meet the family, and try to save Pat before the clock runs out. I like that very adult bar.
I love this. This is another cute point and click game, and even the characters are so distinct, and I just love the art style. It's so cool.
I'm seeing a lot of sliding puzzles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sliding puzzles can be okay, just as long as they're not everywhere.
That's it. They can be okay if they're done in the right way. Otherwise, they're just really annoying.
Swatting flies around a hippie. Oh my word. This is
over 25 mini games. So maybe this one for me, but
lots of mini games.
Lots of mini games, yeah.
I love it when folks include reviews in their trailer. It's very funny. So yeah, this is by Small Boo. This is their first title on Steam, but Pillow Fight. Let me see. Whoops, I went too far back. There you go. Pillow Fight is their other dev team, and they made Ghosts of Miami and Rose of Winter, which both have generally positive reviews. So it's good to see them continuing that streak with this is 98% positive. Wow. Features include over 100 alligators and at least 3 ghosts. 30 joke-filled minigames, multiple endings and secret surprise, and original soundtrack by Too Mellow. I've heard of Too Mellow. I'll have to look them up. Yes. I'm
curious about this. I've put this on my wish list. It's 18% off right now, so it's £11.47.
£11.47. It is $14.75 US.
The first review I've come across, it says it's less of a point and click game in the traditional sense and more an information, like a graphic novel, but it's still very wholesome and enjoyable. The presentation is lovely, the dialogues are cute as heck, and the music brings everything together quite nicely.
I do like that it's jazz. I really like jazz, so I'm glad they have that. I do. There, of course, I don't know if he's here, but sometimes when Godless Weeb's in chat, he's just like, jazz? Why can't they just play the right notes? It's like, that's not the point of jazz. It's all about improvising. But yeah, he has a bone to pick with jazz.
And Radio Tom is going to put this on his wish list. Nice.
Oh, nice. We're glad to help. We're glad that I helped you find some. But yeah. This looks really cute. I don't think it's a terribly long game, but I don't know. It's probably 5 or 6 hours looking at the reviews. But yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be fun. Our next title is Crying Sons, a Crying Sun, interesting. It is currently being streamed by the developer? No. Wrong button. Darn it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, they don't have face cam. Sometimes I'd like to see what the developer looks like. It's just
see if they have a glorious beard.
Yeah, see if they have a really nice beard. You never know. But yeah, so Crying Sons. First of all, it looks... Is this pixel art? Or is it Flash? No, it's not. I don't know. It looks nice. Yeah, I think it is pixel art. It's just they're mixing it in with full effects, which is a cool way to combine things. Interesting. Anyhow, so Crying Sons is a tactical roguelite that puts you in the role of a space fleet commander as you explore a mysteriously fallen empire. In this story-rich experience inspired by Dune and Foundation, both excellent books, so they're definitely pushing for that sci-fi crowd. Each successful run will uncover the truth about the Empire and yourself as well. So a tactical roguelike. This might be up my alley, but I'm not sure.
Well, there is a free demo. You could.
There is.
Yeah.
We were big advocates for free demos, so always happy to see that. The art is really striking, though. So it looks like they're using a combination of Flash and pixel art. Yeah, so that is really cool looking. Let me see. Any features? Yeah, it's on PC and Mac. And yeah, it's just space. More than 300 possible story events. Wow.
And there's like a deep and dramatic storyline structured in 6 chapters.
Okay. I can dig it. So this is being a roguelike, there's going to be a wide variance of gameplays. I'm seeing up to 33 hours so far. But with these, when do you finish? Some of these can be pretty open-ended. But let me see.
A lot of people are comparing it to Faster Than Light, but also it's not like Faster Than Light. So.
Okay. Maybe they're getting a feel like Faster Than Light somehow. It doesn't.
Maybe certain mechanics. Maybe there are some certain mechanics that are similar, but it's not quite.
Because this does not look like FTL. I don't think it would play really similar to FTL. So maybe there's some sort of. It is published by Humble Bundle, and this is their first title. So, but yeah, they're from the sunny south of France. The team, Alt Shift.
Well, there's 200 user reviews and 88% positive, and it's £19.49.
£19.49. $24.99 US. So definitely going for that full price, but this is a roguelike, so it's a pretty big game, probably. Crying Sons. With that, our next title is Football Drama. This is our last game for Wednesday, September 18th. There's been a lot of games.
So I think this game was originally out in mobile, but there is a story behind every goal. You're Rocco Galliano, the existentially troubled manager of a struggling football team. Train players, choose your own narrative, survive the drama, and play turn-based football matches via tactical cards and hard choices. So, yeah, it's really, for me, sorry, I'm jumping in right there.
Go ahead.
So, this only seems like a visual novel. But it's got, football or soccer if you're in the US, it's soccer themed or football themed. So it's like, so I'm wondering who you're trying to appeal to, because people who have football games, it's more like sport. They like that sport action. Maybe they like to have a bit of a story in there. Whereas someone like myself who's into more interactive fiction, I don't want to be playing football as well. So I feel this is very, very, very niche crowd. And I feel that crowd might be the dev himself and maybe a few others.
There is that whole sports manager genre. But again, that is a niche genre. So it is a niche. Yeah. There's definitely a category of people who play that, and they do like more story.
But then again, because you have football. There was a game, Football Manager, and that was. I mean, my brother played it, but that is about you picking sort of your best players, and in some versions you would just let the matches play themselves. You wouldn't actually interact with the matches, but you're not playing like a story that has drama in it.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think it would even appeal to people that enjoyed that game, you know? So
yeah, it's like that. Like most sports fans, like they just want to know the stats and they just want to know when someone gets in trouble, kind of thing. It's like, oh no, like there are other people who do like fantasy footballers or something like that, who do like kind of do the deep dive. But as far as like the drama, there's kind of a reason why there's not a whole lot of paparazzi interest in sports players that much. They get some, but in general...
no, they do here.
Yeah. Oh, they do over there?
It's... Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's really... I mean, this is like either like British-based dev or European dev, because, we do want to know what our sports players are up to. There's always stories. So yeah,
I believe there's like some for like particular sports players here in the US, but a lot of times a lot of sports stars here in the US, they can get out of the uniform and just kind of blend in pretty easily. But yeah, I suppose it's I feel like a lot of the stories are like if they got into an accident or got busted for juicing, or it's not going to be like day to day like the drama of life. Like you don't see reality TV shows about what are they doing on their off day, or at least those reality TV shows don't do very well in comparison to other reality TV shows. So yeah, I don't know. Football drama.
I think it's unusual that there's deck building mechanics as well. And they're determined by life choices and the game results. So, also a lot of people, a few of the people that have written reviews have said that this is more of a game where you see how long you can endure for, rather than you actually beat the game.
So does there not really seem to be a proper ending point?
I'm not sure.
I think it's... Thing.
I think you're supposed to end in misery. But that's it. So because you are the football manager and you're a troubled football manager. So.
Oh wow.
I think, yeah.
I do like, if this was a mobile game that was ported, I do like how they still use up for the widescreen. They still end up using that space in most of the screens. So that is nice to see that they are utilizing space, because this does seem to be a mobile port. At least that's my suspicion.
But but at the same time, I know I've probably given quite negative feedback on this, but I think if this is something that people would like, I think it would be such a unique experience, and I think if people can find this, I think they would enjoy it. And it's something that's like, okay, I do like sports, I do like story, so yeah, that's something that could come together.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, it's 15% off right now. It's £7.89.
All right. Yep, and it is $10.19 US. So yep, that is football drama. All right, our next title is from Thursday, September 19th. We have LeClue, Detectivu. If it'll search for it. There we go. LeClue. And the again, I hit the wrong button. All right. The dev is streaming again, or they just ended because they just disappeared. Okay. the dev was streaming. But yeah, LeClue Detectivu is a thrilling mystery adventure filled with detectiving and choosiness. I
backed this on Kickstarter. So no. I have this in my my library. But yeah, it looked I love the art style. You're supposed to be trying. Jenny LeClue is trying to figure out the mystery of I think of a murder that her mother has been accused of. So you're trying to clear her name. So yeah.
Respect your elders. Respect them some other time. So there's dialogue choices. There's a weird like cup thing. All right. I do like the aesthetic. It's again that sort of children's book look. Really angular design. We've seen this sort of not exactly this art style. It is very unique. Like I can't really say that it looks like this other game sort of thing, but it's in a sort of category of art style.
It looks like pieces have been cut out and like stuck on, and it's like paper puppets sort of thing.
Yeah. It is a very nice look. I think this really fits a point and click game, and the environment work is spectacular. I love the color, the sort of color balance they're doing.
Yeah,
they really thought about color balance, so I appreciate that. It is 78% positive. Very beautiful world. But yeah.
Oh, I've got 80% positive.
Oh, okay.
This is weird. What's happening? There's only 20 reviews so far. So, how many reviews have you got?
I've got 23 reviews on my end.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So a few more have come in and said no.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Jenny LeClue Detectivu. It's by Molgraphy. It's their first game. Okay.
Yeah, this has been in development for quite a while, I'd have to say. A lot longer than the usual Kickstarter delays, I feel, because I think the developer had a few personal like tragedies happen. So yeah, it's taken a bit long. Yeah, I looking forward to getting stuck into this. Although I'm not sure how long this is. About 10 to 13 hours. I'm seeing a lot of 12, 13 hours of this.
Yeah, I'm seeing some less than that, but mostly I'm seeing a lot that are more. So it may depend on how fast people figure out puzzles, but yeah. Jenny LeClue. It looks so striking, so beautiful. If there's any failures, it's going to be in the story. It's going to be either in the story or in the puzzle area, like the actual mechanics. Because visually, it's
on point.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. It is $19.99 US.
You know, I did read out how.
Oh yeah,
much
you did. Yeah. You did. Okay. And our next title is Mutazione. I'm gonna guess it's Italian. Mutazione. By Good Fabric, which is from Copenhagen, Denmark. A mutant soap opera where small town gossip meets the supernatural. Join Kai as she arrives in a mysterious community of Mutazione to care for her ailing grandfather, discover scenic hangouts, magical gardens, new friends, and old secrets.
I love this. I love that there's sort of like small town gossip going on, and you're kind of like, maybe listening in, and it's and you're sort of the odd one out because you're in a town and you're not. So yeah, I would love to play this.
I'll admit I'm a sucker for TV shows like Doc Martin or Ballykiss Angel or Dr. Mateo, which are all these like stories about like small town, someone from the big city moving to the small town and having to deal with all the local like gossip and rumors and family secrets, old family grudges. I love shows that do that sort of theme. And I have to say I'm kind of tempted by this one. Being in that area.
It's 10% off right now. It's $14.39. There's only like 8. Says there's only 8 reviews, so yeah, there's not enough. The review that I've come across. It says, fascinating, dreamy adventure to immerse yourself in. One of the most beautiful and atmospheric games released in 2019. It looks and sounds stunning, and the dialogues are down to earth, which produces a cozy feeling. I hope that many people will buy this treasure. So that was from Rewind.
Oh yeah, okay, where the village is as much of a character as the actors are. Yes, exactly. Yes. I love stories where it's the place that all these characters come together to make, sort of thing. I love those sorts of stories. But I also come from a really small town, and it's like, oh.
So you have that sort of familiarity about it.
Yeah, it's really cozy for me.
All the reviews so far have been positive.
Oh wow, 100%. That's nice. I'm kind of sad that there doesn't seem to be more attention on it, because I've seen a lot of folks talk about this game, and it seems that it's not gotten a whole lot of attention yet. And the dev is streaming at the moment too, so a lot of devs streaming right now.
Sunday's a good day to stream.
Yes, so. No.
Yeah, I am a bit concerned about the price though. That is quite a steep price. I don't know how long it is though. I've seen because I don't have enough people that have played it. I guess I'm seeing anything from under an hour to 13 hours.
I'm pretty sure it's longer than more than an hour, because even just the live streams I've seen of people play it, it's taken a few hours. So there's a bit of content to this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the baby isn't mine. Ooh. All sorts of arguments. Interesting. All right. So, the next title is Police Stories. Oh, and this Mutazione is $17.99. So, if I didn't say that. But yeah, Police Stories is our next title for Thursday, September 19th. Again, if Steam decides to load. Why are you so slow? There we go. Ooh, and once again, the dev is streaming. So, Police Stories, a fresh take on top-down shooters with an emphasis on tactics that forces you to make split-second decisions. Neutralize criminals, rescue civilians, and defuse bombs in single-player mode or co-op. And remember, shooting first is not an option. So, yeah. So you have to play as a cop, you have to follow cop procedures, and you can get in trouble if you don't do it right. So, but yeah, and it has a sort of neat, this is like Hotline Miami, but you're a cop. So, yep. That's
interesting. This seems like there's some other gameplay mechanics as well, like defusing a bomb and stuff.
Yeah, and you can, so each time you do a run, you can take up to like 5 skills with you and any different allies, but I think only player characters can have the defibrillator, like the medical training. So that way if your ally gets downed, you can help them back up once or twice. But after that, they're dead. Or you can like revive a criminal that you shot, that you need his testimony kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So you can also revive criminals because you're there to enforce the law. So that's neat too.
Okay, says I keep thinking of the first set of games from the SWAT series of games, which was called Police Quest SWAT, and were FMV games about being a real SWAT police officer. you know I like FMV games.
FMV's fun. Nice.
Well, this is 10% off right now. It's £59, and there are 289 so far, and it's 83% positive. Yeah. So it's very positive right now.
Let me see. Did this? So I do see a negative review. That's about 5 hours, but let me see how long. First level demo for this game was released 2 years ago. There's 18 levels. Okay, so apparently you can beat it in 3 to 4 hours.
Right, okay.
If you don't care much about getting some score penalties for authority abuse or injuries. Otherwise, it would take 1 to 2 extra hours. So up to 6 hours, I guess, if you want to get really good scores. But yeah, so 6 hours, and it costs $13.49 US. 10% off. Yeah, this is darn it, I went back too far. There we go. Mighty Morgan's. This is Mighty Morgan's first game on Steam. So, good job. I'm tempted, but I don't know. So far, I've not put anything on my wish list this week, but
no, it's not really for me. I'm not really a Hotline Miami. Type. Yeah.
The pixel art is really nice, though.
Yeah.
Good pixel art. Yeah, really good pixel art. All right, so our next title is Deadly Days. Yep.
The world you know no longer exists.
Dev is also streaming here.
The merciless undead now rule the
All right, Deadly Days is unique strategic roguelite in the zombie apocalypse. Manage and protect a group of survivors and help them to stop the catastrophe. Discover and use a large number of wild and crazy objects, even wilder and crazier survivors, special abilities, and deadly weapons. Of course, you can be the Banana Man, as is necessary for these sorts of games. Be the Banana Man.
The thing is, it looks kind of cute. I like this sort of cute.
It does look kind of cute. I'm not super enthused with the art style, but yeah, it's cute. It is cute. But yeah, it's got some cuteness to it. All these sort of like wobbling zombies. It reminds me
like
of
the
South
UI.
Park. Yeah, the UI is good. It kind of does remind me of South Park a little bit for some reason.
Welcome to a world.
Let me see. Yeah.
In the roguelike game, Deadly Days, you lead a group of survivors.
Yeah, there's so 60 crazy objects that make every game unique, including toothpaste. 30 powerful special abilities that can dramatically alter the outcome of fights. 3 different specialities in which you can activate new abilities, survivors, objects, and types of weapons. 25 types of weapons with randomly generated modifications. Procedurally generated citizen missions. 50 different survivors with 50 different abilities. More than 10 different types of zombies who want only one thing, brains. And 3 bosses who must be vanquished at the end. Over 45 achievements that need to be unlocked. So yeah.
That's actually really impressive. There seems to be a lot of like stuff that's really fleshed out in this title. So that's cool to see.
Yeah.
Review that's in English. Addictive, frustrating fun with the money. So that's 24 hours. This is a roguelite again, which means you probably have to restart the game multiple times with gradual progression. So I saw one guy with 64 hours. Not surprised. So this is a very long game that you're probably going to spend a lot of time in.
There's 26 reviews right now, and they're standing at 84% positive, and it's £10.49. So I think, people that are getting so much time out of it, I think that's a very, very reasonable price.
Yep, and it's $11.99 US. But yeah, Deadly Days. Roguelike zombie. Yep, it's really fitting the theme. Next title is Hot Lava. The floor is hot lava. Run, jump, and surf across nostalgia-packed environments flooded with hot, molten lava. Explore alone or join your friends, and whatever you do, don't touch the floor. Did you play this game as a kid? The floor is lava?
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. We had some friends who had like red carpet in their house, and for some reason it was just better because the carpet was red. So we would play there a lot. Floor is lava. That was fun. Until, of course, the parents were like, "What are you doing? Get off of the counters!" It was so mad. It was fun. It was fun, though. Yeah, this looks like one of those... Is this... Let me see. Online multiplayer? Yes, online multiplayer. Very good. Good. Not just couch co-op or local.
Oh, hi, God bless we. Thanks for joining us.
Hey! The shag carpet floor is lava. Yes, exactly. You know what? This looks like it's probably pretty fun. I would probably suck at it though, being first-person platforming. Ugh. I get like real vertigo with that.
I mean, it's not something I would really play myself. Interestingly, it's the developer. It's the guys that have made Oxygen Not Included, and Don't Starve Together, and Invisible Ink.
Yep. Yeah, Clay, they've made so many games over the years. And it's cool that they're still coming out with stuff. I sometimes forget that they're not actually like a crazy big company. They're just really beloved because they just release good games. And this next one, though looking a little bit, I don't know, it's like a little bit it's a little bit acidy. Like it looks like they could have just gotten assets to put together to make this.
Yeah.
It's the sort of game mode. It's sort of like, again, prop hunt. Like it's about the game mode. It's about the design that you're supposed to go through and enjoy. And this is very much a playground. So I'll forgive them for maybe using assets, like purchase assets. I'm not sure. Maybe it's all handcrafted.
But there's 337 reviews and 90% of them are positive. So,
yeah, it looks like it might be reasonably fun. So it's cool.
I'm not sure if I mentioned the price. It's 20% off right now, $12.39.
$15.99 US. And yeah, so now we have a final. We're on to our final game. Friday, September 20th, our last game is Maelstrom. Fast-paced naval battles in a grim fantasy world of leviathans, warships, and magic, Captain Orc, dwarf, and human warships, with tactical ship versus monster multiplayer. Upgrade ships and crew to become the most powerful warship to sail the abyssal ocean. This is pretty cool, I have to say. Like an online ship battler game. That's pretty cool. And the cops are everywhere right now. I'm sorry for hearing that siren.
I'm wondering if there's something happening in your right.
I don't know.
But I was thinking when I saw this that maybe Top Gun Bunny would be interested in this since he likes pirate games.
Oh, you know what? I should message this game to him and probably like, hey, Top Gun Bunny, game you might be interested in. You might want to check this out. Yeah, this looks like, it's weird to see a fast-paced naval battler. That's not something you see a lot. And when I initially saw this, I didn't really like the aesthetic, and now I'm looking at it more and I'm growing to like it, and I'm not sure if that's because it's objectively good or if like it's just exposure theory. But the second time looking at this, I like it more. Yeah, and it'd probably look even better on a big screen because like the small screen can kind of like get rid of some of the details. But yeah, this is and you can choose different captains with different perks. Interesting.
Ooh, nice. Well, this is this 7 reviews so far and 83% positive. I wonder what the microtransactions are in this game.
I am curious. Yes, and the thing is, like, I would have to play it myself. Because a lot of times when people say that it's like, a bunch of pay-to-win garbage in the cash shop, and it's like, so many people don't know what that even means, or they have like weird standards for what pay-to-win constitutes. So I'm just like, look, if it's free and if you can have fun with it being free without having to pay for anything, then as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. But
they've got a little section here that says free to play defined. So as free to play definitions vary with games, we want to define it clearly so players know what they can expect. All gameplay and progress can be unlocked by playing the game for free. No additional purchases are needed to enjoy the game to its fullest extent. There are no ways to purchase a competitive advantage in game. Players must play the game to progress and become more powerful. There are no ways to purchase a top-tier ship with a powerful crew. It must be earned by playing the game.
Okay,
Players
that's
can,
good.
however, accelerate progression with boosts. Gold is in-game currency and earned by playing the game. Gunpowder is premium currency and the only item sold for cash in-game. It is used to buy all the premium items in the store, such as the Battle Pass, cosmetics, boosters, and bundles. Gunpowder can also be earned for free via Battle Pass, completing quests, and checking the store. Battle Passes unlock cosmetics, gold, or gunpowder, and there is a premium track that unlocks additional rewards for gunpowder. Future content will be added through seasonal Battle Passes, events, and or content drops. There are no loot boxes. All items are directly purchasable in the store.
They've also said that their release 2 will include new ships and captains and mates, game mode duels, leaderboards, clans, seasonal content 2, events, taunts, and voice acting. And release 3 will include 3 new ships, more captains and mates, and a game mode holdout. So they already have a roadmap for future releases as well. So that's pretty cool. May have to check this out.
Yeah, because you're very much like myself. You're very much into MMOs, but yeah, It doesn't quite appeal to me. Because it seems like more I don't like shooters, and this is like that has that sort of feel to it. To me anyway. So yeah,
it's definitely like a naval twin, like not twin stick, but like a naval sort of top-down shooter type of thing. Yeah. So so
do get back to us, and of course, send this to Top Gun Buddy, and I hope he gets back about it.
Yeah, he's gotta check this out. Anyhow, with that we're done with the release list. So we have everyone's favorite section of the show coming up, and that is Rhodey's list of horrors.
Right. I'm bringing this. Oh dear. I'm wondering if this. I think this is one that I. No, I think.
Could one of them been so bad that it got removed from Steam?
I'm wondering because it's. Oh yeah. Sorry, there are 2 games of the same name, so I was wondering, like, one's not been released yet. So, this is the first game,
Offside.
and remember there are 2 games, and you want the one that's released on the 18th of September.
Okay. Oh yes, I spied this when I was going through the list. Yeah. The physics just seem to be doing everything. Like it's just like oof. Like this is jank.
And if you notice, there is no sound.
There's no sound. Yeah, I've got it turned all the way up. No sound in the trailer. There's probably is sound in game, but for some reason they just have no sound in their trailer, which is really not a bad move. Oof. Ugh.
But this is between a runner and an hack and slash game. Offside lets you play as the young boy through 4 exciting levels, in which reflexes and agility will be the key in defeating Olaf's plans and getting back the soccer ball collection.
Wow, this feels like a game that's like a bootleg that was made they're attempting to copy some other game. It's like made in just some like warehouse in by some people just in a workshop.
Oh yeah. So get that game out right now. Come on.
Yeah, get it out. Like, one of those shovelware companies.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. I mean, aesthetically, it's not terrible, but the physics are awful. And the UI looks like it was made like just slapped together. I really don't like it.
No. It's free, so if you wanted
It's free. That it is free.
So yeah, the next one.
Metro Explosion Simulator. All right. A Metro Explosion Simulator. So like, you have an explosion on the metro, and this is there no sound again? There's no sound again. Game over. What? What?
So yeah, it's just you going. It's this game gives an experience that cannot be acquired in real life without dying. For the first time in history, everyone will have the opportunity to experience the explosion of a subway train on their skin. I'm not sure that's quite what happens, since we are watching it screen.
Yeah, this seems pretty pointless.
Yeah. 35% off right now, so it's only 51p. And in my opinion, that is still way too much.
Yeah, 64 cents. Yeah, no, it just seems so. Why though?
Yeah.
Why? Yes. Okay. Well, I don't have any more thoughts on this one.
No, it just it's one of those things that annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
Why Steam has allowed things like this to go on their page, their storefronts at all.
Yeah, it doesn't add anything.
No. I do have the name of the next one, but because Steam is how it is, it's not very good at searching for it. So, it's just why are you doing this? So yeah, it's called Chaos, but of course there are lots of games.
There's so many games called Chaos, yeah.
So it's just gonna.
All right, let's look down
I found
the list.
it.
Oh, no, wait.
I found it, and I will link you the link. So there we go. There is the link.
There we go. Thank you. All right, so that took me to Offside.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong link.
Yeah. What the hell? Oh, there we go. I got it. There we are. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, awesome. Let me see. Can I get this? Let me see. Chaos. There we go. Nice. Found it. All right. So cool. Okay, so Chaos, you have crash landed in the most intriguing, mysterious alien world you have ever seen. Look around. I mean, I've only seen one. I've never seen any alien world. So, anyhow, what? Look around, see 10 different alien creatures, each with their own unique personalities. Find clues and keep you immersed in the story. Right up to when you solve the mysteries. This seems like an asset flip, just right off the bat.
Yeah, because there are some things that you think, oh, that looks okay, and then there are some things that you think, what?
Mm-hmm. There doesn't seem to be any level design either.
No. So yeah, I think a lot of things have just been thrown into the game, and they just don't quite mesh very well. And of course, this can be yours for £15.49.
Oof! I mean, at least the other ones were like free and $100. Like, oof, $19.99 US. I'm not gonna. $20. That's like 4 days groceries. No. Yeah, find the clues that keep you immersed in the story. I don't know. I don't think I'm immersed in the story. I don't think I would be. They do say it's about 5 hours of gameplay.
Wow.
For $20. Okay. No. All right. Lost faith. Faith in humanity lost. Thank you. You know what? Let's roll things back. What's the best of the list? Is that all of the?
That's no. I wasn't gonna put any more because we had such a big week.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, I already got Jenny LeClue.
Yeah.
I already have that. So I'm want to give Little Misfortune a go, but at the same time, I want to have someone who I know is reliable to give me the full truth on this game.
Someone you trust their review,
Yeah. I might give that little alligator a go.
Later alligator looks really good too. Yeah. Later alligator. After a while, crocodile. But yeah, it looks really nice. As for me, I think my probably top game is Mutazione.
Oh yeah, that game as well. There's such great games. Yeah,
a lot of story games this week. Like a lot of them. A lot of really good ones. So that is really cool. That said, I don't know if I'd add Mutazione to my wish list, but it's nice. Something about the art style makes me suspicious of the quality of this Misfortune game. Oh, this one, Misfortune, Little Misfortune, because that other game is Jenny LeClue, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is Little Misfortune. If that's what you were referencing, but yeah. But yeah, I think Mutazione is definitely mine. I don't have any other contenders for that. Yep.
Yeah, it's been. Oh, Jenny LeClue.
Oh, Jenny LeClue? Oh, you're not sure?
Yes.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really like it. But yeah, I like that sort of paper cutout. But yeah, it does depend on how the pacing of the story, and if there's like enough to do in the gameplay. So yeah. But yeah, that's my top picks, and I think hopefully next week, there are. I think we have had a good variety of games, but yeah, I think for your personal taste, they've not been sort of catered to this week.
Yeah, I think this has been your week.
Yes. Yes.
Mostly, I think it has definitely been your week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still was a really great week of releases, and next week we will. There will not be an episode next week, so it'll be 2 weeks. But before that, just some shameless plugging. Roadie, what is your where are folks find you? What are your plans for the next week, kind of thing?
I think me and Tom are going to sort out maybe a play session point, because he's now going full time. So I think we're gonna get on that and sort that out. But also, I'm going to be filling in more of the our curation page, the SR podcast. So I'll put a link there in the chat. But yeah, you can find us on Steam, and we will be putting up all of the games from this week, as well as past broadcasts as well.
Yep. And there's just and we're gradually getting the backlog up. It's a big backlog though. Yes. It's big, but yeah, we're gonna be getting to work on that. And looking forward to
we've got 46 so far. games up there. So yeah, and it's going to be growing every.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
every week and getting much longer.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, Roadie's on Roadie has her own Twitch channel, Roadypie, and yeah. And then there's me. You're on my Twitch channel right now, but you can also find the Steam Release Podcast YouTube channel on YouTube. It's no longer Dewey Bear. It is now the Steam Release Podcast YouTube, since I wasn't putting any other content on there, so it just made sense. I also do have a Twitter handle Dewey Bear. I am kind of tempted to make another Twitter handle for the Steam Release Podcast, but I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this going too far, but yeah, I'm also on Twitter. Yep.
No, I think as long as you have like wholesome content, I think it's nice to like keep sort of like you're quite active and saying, oh, I'm doing, like, especially your gardening and stuff.
Oh yeah. I got to post a picture of my garden. The basil has some holes in it from something that's been eating. But you just wash it and grind it up into pesto, and it's still fine. I'm just like, if they're not killing the plants, that they're definitely getting their bites out of it. And it's like, oh, it doesn't look pretty. So when I next trim it to cook some pasta, I'll probably like I'll take a picture when it looks all nice. Cool. I do have a lemon tree growing up now, and the basil and the ginger plant is growing up as well. So I love living in SoCal because you can just grow things year round. It's great. So
nice, yeah. So yeah, if you keep just posting those like wholesome content, I think it's Twitter active. It's cool.
Yep. And I'm also on Instagram, of course, and I'll be streaming. I've been doing pretty well about streaming at least twice a week. I may be streaming some more Guild Wars 2 content, and I'll see if I can do some of these indie games as well. So, but I'll figure out what I'm in the mood for over the next week. But yeah, it's been busy. And with that, that has been episode 41. Thank you for being here for our 1-year anniversary. It's been a full year of doing this podcast, and that is awesome. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all could be here for it. And we're gonna have a episode 42 in 2 weeks, because the last Sunday of the month I take a break because I've got some in IRL stuff that happens. But yeah, I also it's a good chance to kind of 1 week you don't have to prepare for a show is actually worth a lot. So, yeah.
Then we come back and it's
welcome to the huge list. Oh, thank you for the follow. I'll have to check who that was, but welcome. And we hope to keep you well apprised of games coming out. Nick.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Nick G. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. Not because it's bad, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But yeah, welcome.
Good, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you for the follow. All right. With that. Yeah.
Yes, and bye to everyone watching on YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we do read the comments, and we do read them out.
Yes, we do. And yeah, bye-bye. And now we're going to find someone on Twitch.